going on, everyone? What am I doing today? Well, probably my favorite thing to do out in the garden. I am picking some fresh tomatoes. Fresh garden tomatoes always put a smile on my face. Hey, what's with the attack? What did I do to you?
Invader! Invader! Invader!
I just came to see the hideout.
Invader!
I mean, as much as it sucks having something eat my tomatoes, because I love tomatoes so much, at least you know your garden's good. Stuff is there. Try and eat your vegetables. But it definitely stinks. We got some more going on here, and we got another bed over on the other side of the yard. So we'll definitely get our tomato fill, and we've been eating them kind of throughout the season. We just haven't done a huge harvest on them. Kind of just picked as we needed. We still got quite a high yield out of them. And these are going to be perfect for some, hopefully, tomato soup probably, if we don't eat them fresh here. Probably just end up making some tomato soup. That's probably the one thing my kids love. And they'll eat a good amount of it. We can a lot of that, and that's the one thing that everybody's requesting. So whenever you can get something that your kids enjoy, you got to keep making it. Keep them enjoying it. We also made some ketchup. Now, homemade ketchup. A little different than your normal store-bought stuff. Not as sweet, kind of more like a barbecue-y sauce, but it was darn good. And we're down to our last jar of that. And we made quite a bit of that stuff last year. We end up putting it on just everything. Anything you would put ketchup on, we end up using homemade. I think it turned out far better. Now I'm pretty happy because we got a lot of really good green tomatoes out here. Maybe we'll come back and pick some of those and make some fried green tomato sandwiches. Well, the rest of these I definitely got to get out of here before the bug eats them. Or my stupid critter friend, there's the groundhog. So far this year, I've caught 2 groundhogs. Got rid of them. My neighbor's got 4. He's gotten rid of those. And every time I turn around, there's still a stinking groundhog out here. Whoa! Man down! Alright. So a lot of my friends ask me why I garden. Why do you grow all these things? You can just buy them at the store. And I say, you can. You can definitely buy a lot of this stuff at the store. But there is something about a tomato from the garden that you cannot buy at a store. Tomato fresh out of the garden are just unbelievable. They have a whole different taste to them than something that you get at the store. I don't know why that is, or what the difference would be. Maybe it's different varieties and stuff. I'm not really sure. But I feel like you can really tell the difference between store-bought and homegrown tomatoes when you go to eat them. Maybe that's just me, but I feel like that's the one vegetable that there's like a very profound difference that you really take notice to. I'm gonna walk around the back here, see if we got any in the backside. And you can see, because I didn't trim any of these all season long, you can see like I got them drooping down onto the floor here. Look, I got some tomatoes just growing straight on the ground here. So I'm gonna have to get out here and definitely trellis those up some. Keep them off the ground, out of the critters' view as much as I possibly can. I'm gonna let these sit on there a little bit longer because they're not all the way red. They're a really good tone. They'll probably be another couple days and we'll come out and pick all those. So these are just Romas that we grew last year. And we actually just harvested a couple of them toward the end there and saved the seeds on them. So that's what we replanted this year, was Romas that we grew last year. And I feel like they probably did a little bit better. You know, they always say that if you plant seeds from stuff that you grew, it gets more accustomed to your climate. So maybe that's true. I feel like it definitely worked for us. We grew a lot better this year. So over here we got some cherry tomatoes. You can see these things are just gone pretty wild and crazy this year on me. So normally I do the stringing up, I do the trimming and try to cut them down, and nothing better. But this year we just didn't really have the time. So I'm pretty glad that we're getting the harvest we're getting out of them. I know we'll get some more. Like I said, I got a whole nother batch of tomatoes on the other side. And we haven't even gotten into the tomatillo stuff yet. Probably make a video all about tomatillos because we've really fallen in love with those the past few years. But I think this is probably going to be a little video here for tomatoes. I'm going to go in, see how much I got. I got a few more out here to pick. But definitely the one thing that, if you know somebody who's like, I want a garden, you tell them you should just plant one thing. Start with one thing. It should probably be tomatoes. A couple tomato plants could probably change somebody's mind about growing their own food, because they'll definitely want to do it again after they had some fresh garden tomatoes compared to the store-bought stuff they buy. So if you know anybody who's iffy about gardening, I would suggest just try to start them with tomato plants. I've done a couple of my friends with tomato plants, got them started that way, and they grow a lot of different stuff now. Not as much as I do, still not a lot, but they definitely plant a few more things than just the tomatoes that they started with. And for me, that's super fun to see other people getting into planting their own food. I always hope that, you know, we'll get a lot more varieties going. We can start trading stuff back and forth, but haven't quite gotten that far with them yet, but we're getting there. So if you want to keep up with us, subscribe, like the videos, give us a thumbs up if you're liking the videos. Subscribe, follow along with us as we continue working on getting this city lot into a full-blown homestead where we can grow a good majority of our food. A good majority. We'll never be able to get all of it, but if we can grow a lot for ourselves on our own property, that's kind of the goal. So if you're into it, you want to learn more about what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, how I'm finding the time to do it with a full-time job and 3 kids, that's what my channel's all about. So catch you next time. everywhere. Don't tell anyone. I didn't eat any of these. They're all coming inside.